Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Friday evening, 8:38 p.m. on the dot. I like of the sporadic kind of sessions like this. It's a question that came in and I just thought, why not? He suggested I should create a video. I just thought after answering him, why not, right? So I decided to come here and just do a quick live session. I call it the real estate wholesaling old school versus new school. But basically, I'm also going to use this opportunity to uh, share some content that's been going on my wall with you. Just in case you're wondering, my name is Ola, and you can absolutely download my book for free at myempirepro.com. If you haven't done that, myempirepro.com is basically where you want to go. Myempirepro.com. You go to this page right here and you will have instant automatic access to my book. You scroll down here, you click on this link, or you can go down to the bottom and download a copy of the book. If you're into real estate wholesaling in a digital age, everything you may have learned is obsolete. Okay. Now, with that being said, you will still hear some few testimonials here and there of people using old school strategies. But again, that's one out of every thousand people that's trying to do the business, and that's not going to work for you because obviously we're in a digital age and things are changing drastically. And with that being said, make sure you add me as a friend on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook as Ola M Brothers. Okay, you just go to facebook.com/. Ola M Brothers. I've been posting some things in recent times on there, and I want you to go on there and engage with them. You can see some of this posts. I'm going to read some of them to you in a little bit here. This is one I just posted about 13 minutes ago, literally. All right. So I want you to go on there and read it. If it makes sense to you, click like on it. But before I get into that, let me just go dive into Jose's email that he sent to me as a question. It says, love that video in the bonus section, module 7, and you suggest Redx for leads, right? So the only kind of leads that you find at the Redx are basically public list that's available at List Source, Redx, and many other services out there. As a matter of fact, I am discouraging wholesalers. Let me be clear about that. I am discouraging wholesalers, especially the non-established one. If you haven't closed your first deal, if you haven't closed more than 3 deals, I am suggesting that you don't waste your money on trying to generate seller leads. Let everybody else do that for you. Focus on building a buyers list and be the go-to person in the marketplace for buyers. Build a buyers list, nurture buyers list. The best buyers in the game right now are actually among the real estate wholesalers. Okay, the wholesalers, 99% of wholesalers have no business trying to close a deal and make $20,000 overnight. Many of them will never close such deals. Many of them need to focus on buying and holding rental properties. They need to focus on building equity with time and patience. They have the resources, they have the cash, they have the credit. They need to be focused on buying some of these deals that are out here on this marketplace and start building wealth with tenant money. Okay, and you can be the person to be facilitating that by learning how to build a buyers list. Okay, let me repeat what I just said. 99% of real estate wholesalers, quote unquote real estate wholesalers, meaning wannabe real estate wholesalers, have no business trying to generate seller leads. It's too expensive a business venture to try to build. Okay, direct mailing is not working the way it used to work anymore. You can basically expect less than a percentage of your mailings to return a call, much less becoming a closed deal. It's a waste of money. If you listen to your gurus closely, or if you pay attention to what they do, the reason why they shoot videos on YouTube, why they continue to build a list of real estate wholesalers is because they become the buyers. It's because that's where the buyers are. It's because it helps them offset their marketing cost. And you need to be doing the same thing. And that's what I'm teaching here. Okay. So I don't want you to go waste $100 with Redx, especially if you're not building a list. Okay, because you're gonna essentially generate a lead generate a list of generate seller leads that will have no buyers, because the truth of the matter is that the cash buyers that the gurus are selling to you are basically full of it as well too. And you can listen to some of the gurus, they're already saying it. A lot of cash buyers are not going to buy your deals. They buy the best deals off of the market and then they hibernate for the next 6 months, because many of them can't even handle more than two projects at a time, and then they basically have to go hide somewhere. Okay, so there are still some people buying out here, but I'm telling you, there's way too many wholesalers, and a lot of those wholesalers are generating leads. Okay, randomly, not necessarily because they're successful, but randomly they're generating these leads that you can be the go-to person for buyers, and you can close more deals joint venturing with some of these wholesalers that already know what they're doing. If you haven't closed your second deal yet, if you've only closed one deal, you're basically a newbie, and you will not close additional deal for a while, because you're going to be battling against, you're going to be swimming against the tide, against the trend. Okay, and that's not going to work. You're going to get buried alive in the middle of the ocean. Okay, so the best thing you can do right now, the game is missing buyers. The game is missing people that know how to qualify buyers for the game. You can qualify buyers for investors, for yourself, of course. If you're already established, you can qualify buyers for other real estate wholesalers, and you can qualify buyers for realtors. Okay, or you say, oh, I'm not licensed, then do what you got to do. If you know, if you figure out how to generate buyers, a bunch of buyer leads, and then get a license, that's not a big deal. That doesn't stop you from wholesaling. That doesn't stop you from doing creative deals. Okay, it only adds to your income stream. If anything, it doesn't hurt you. Okay, but the first thing first, you need to learn how to generate a buyers list, and that's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm telling people to do, because nobody is doing it. The only people doing it is the 5 or 6 gurus that are shooting videos for you on a daily basis. Why do they shoot videos? Because they're doing exactly what I'm telling you. Okay, why do they create the time, the 2 hours that it takes, or create another person to put on the payroll to create videos? Because that's where we're going. Okay, so don't get left behind. So Redx, yes, for seller leads, but again, you got to cold call, drive for dollars, all this stuff. Bury those things, forget those things. Okay, if you haven't closed your second deal, that means you're probably going to get lost in the middle of all that. Okay, if you haven't even figured out how to generate a buyers list, there's no buyers in the game. Learn how to do that and add value to the marketplace. The only way to make money is to add value to the marketplace. There's no other way to do that. Okay. And the only way I can see right now, from a professional standpoint, from an experienced standpoint, because I've closed over 40 personal deals in wholesaling, and I've closed a ton of deals outside of that in getting creative and creating revenue, over 2,000 personally. Okay. When it comes to using a network, using a bias list, building a list, mass list building on the internet. I've done that. So I know what I'm talking about, that you can create money a lot more faster, and you increase your chances of closing deals when you learn how to build a list. Okay. All right. So if a guru told you not to build a list, just think, why the hell do they have a 20,000 subscriber base on YouTube then? If they're telling you not to do that, you got to pay attention to what the gurus are doing and not what they're saying. Okay, I'm the only one out here pointing out what they're doing, and you need to pay attention to what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will continue to do that long term. Okay, now he says, I think that my goal now is to jump in more, creating content and videos, as you say in the core section. Absolutely. Okay, you need to be doing at least one video per week, preferably 3 times a week, preferably 5 days a week. Okay, okay, that means 5 videos a week. How do you do that? Well, just turn on the camera and share something you just learned that day. I use the formula called the ILDT: invest, learn, do, and teach. You learn a little something, you teach it, you share it with the world. Share what you're learning, because it helps you learn twice. There's a saying called, when you teach, you learn twice. So don't wait. I think there's another question coming up about that, and I'm going to cover that and that. But bottom line is that I should go in, I should go through one module, I should go through one chapter, share that with the world, and create content and attract people to you. Okay, that's how you're going to do it. You build brand. Okay, you build a brand, because when you have a solid brand, which obviously you start from one video, everyone starts from one video, right? From that one day, right? You build that. Basically, you can expect that in the next 300 days, you have your 300 videos solid that will continue to attract prospect business opportunities to you for a long time. Okay, so if you wonder why do I do it, why do all the gurus do it? Because hello, because they attract opportunities. Okay, who do you think they're going to go to first when somebody finds a deal they don't know what to do with it? They're going to go to the person with a strong online brand. Okay, so I need you to start paying attention to what the gurus are doing, not what they're saying. Okay. All right. At the same time, start getting leads this way as well. Well, that's the purpose. Okay. The purpose is you attract people, because without people, you don't have a business. Let me teach you something really cool for those of you that are in real estate, which is probably 100% of you, right? You're not in the business of real estate. You're in the business of people. Without real estate, you can still make money, because real estate can disappear tomorrow for the next 2 years because there's recession. But when you have people, you just simply have to focus on what their primary need is and serve that need. Help them come up to the table with solution to get through that 2 years, and then you stay in business. But the people that think they're in the business of real estate, they get hit with recession, because real estate does disappear for 1 2 years in a row sometimes, because it's the first thing that people stop buying when the market decides to tank, and it's going to happen again. As a matter of fact, it's around the corner. So you better understand that you're in the business of people. The people bring the real estate to the table because they're hungry for real estate right now. But once they decide that they don't want real estate anymore, you're still in the business of people. Okay. All right. So he says, so yeah, leads means people. You need to understand that the business is basically product, process, people, right? Three P's, right? So the product right now is real estate. That product can disappear because of recession, right? Replace the product with people, because it's people that bring real estate to the table, right? Remember, we're talking about seller leads, right? They bring you real estate, but essentially you're in the business of the people that bring real estate. And if you don't know, if you can't figure out how to generate leads of people that bring you real estate online, but if you can't do that, if it's too expensive, there's the other side of people, which is buyers. Money comes from people. Money comes from only one place, not from real estate. It comes from people, specifically buyers. And the game is missing buyers. That's why there's a lot of people saying there are no deals, but there are people. You're not paying attention to what the people want. That's when you say there are no deals. There are deals. But you got to shift your thinking. You got to shift your thinking. You're in the business of people. Once you start thinking you're in the business of people and you get in the game of serving people, you find out, you realize almost instantly that there are deals. Okay. If you get stuck on stupid, sorry to say that, but if you get stuck on buying cash buyers list, or passing cash buyer list all over the place from gurus, you will get lost in the middle of that, because those buyers are not going to buy from you. They're not going to buy all this real estate wholesaler deals out here. You need to learn how to generate buyers, how to nurture buyers, how to build buyers, how to bring more buyers to the marketplace. There's a ton of buyers in the marketplace, but nobody is telling them to become buyers. They are called real estate wholesalers, failing real estate wholesalers. And you can start nurturing them, you can start training them how to become real investors in this game, because many of them have the resources and joint force resources to start buying and start building equity and start collecting cash flow from this from cash rental income properties and things like that. There's so much resources in the marketplace, but you got to start thinking differently. Okay. He says, I am creating my own website to link my videos to and blog. Fantastic. All right. He's going through training at Empire Traffic Academy to do that. Okay. My other question is, sometimes I feel that even though I should learn this first, is to teach what I know to others to help me create more and more content. So basically, he missed where I've been saying that over and over. You should be teaching as you go. That's called creating content. Okay, you read one chapter, you need to share that with the world. Turn on the camera, upload that to your new YouTube channel. Start going. The one thing you will learn with time is optimizing your video, but you can learn today how to upload a video to your fresh, brand new YouTube channel with your name. The YouTube channel name should be Jose Luis. It shouldn't be real estate. It shouldn't be something else. It shouldn't be a brand. It shouldn't be Coca-Cola. It should be your personal brand, Jose Luis, because again, you're in the business of people and your product can change tomorrow. Okay, your product can change depending on what part of the recession time cycle are we in, right? So it needs to be Jose Luis. You need to be sharing as you're going, and eventually things will consolidate. Okay, so yes, absolutely. Maybe you missed that part. You should be teaching as you're going. Take your time. You teach, when you teach, you learn twice. Okay, that's an actual saying. And it's really, really, that's why I do this, because I really learn more as I'm sharing this. Okay, that's why it comes off very natural. It becomes a part of who I am, it becomes second nature. Okay, all right, let's see here. All right, let's keep going here. But I think you still disagree with this, perhaps. No, I completely agree with it. You need to be creating content, which means teaching as your goal. How how do I know you should be doing that? The gurus are doing it. Start doing it. That's why they do it. The gurus, something you should get through your mind. The gurus don't do things that's not profitable. Just get that through your mind, first of all. Okay, they don't do things just because they love the world and they're so charitable and they want to do it. Yes, that may be a part of it. Okay, but however, ultimately, the long term, the sustainability comes from them realizing that it's a profitable activity. You need to be creating content because content is the gateway drug to opportunity. Okay, you build your brand simultaneously as you're learning, and you're learning twice because you're actually teaching. I can't, I mean, I can go back in circles on this, but I want you to write that down somewhere because it's going to be a big part of business world in general, especially real estate wholesaling as we go along. Real estate wholesaling as you knew it is dead. 25 other letters are showing up with the direct mailing. Driving for dollars is not going to work for 999 out of every 1,000 people. Okay. Yes, it will work for that guy on the testimonial because, again, it's just one guy. Okay. He got lucky. You're not going to be building your business on luck or hope. You need real strategies. And the real strategies in this time and game is content marketing. Okay, because that's where everyone is hanging out. Okay, you all are hanging out with me right now here, right? Exactly. Okay, when you, and there's a ton of real estate deals out here that you need to be putting resources together to buy. Stop waiting for the cash buyers. Okay, the cash buyers are non-existent. You know why? Because the gurus have been selling that same list all over the place for $200, $100, $50 as upsells. There's no such thing as buyers list unless you build it yourself. Okay, because think about it, if someone can sell you a list, anyone can just put a bunch of lists together and sell it to you for $200. Okay, that's like selling religion. There's no way you can prove if it works or not unless you waste your time and money first. Okay, and by the way, I have nothing against religion. Okay, when you started out, did you start slow when creating your content? No, I started fast, meaning as I knew, as instantly as I knew that I needed to create content, I just started to share everything I'm learning as I go, and that was automatically creating content. Okay, basically, content creation these days is basically just documentation, just basically just a reality TV show you're sharing as you're going. That's what content is. That's why there's no such thing as, I mean, there is now a little bit, but there's more reality TV shows than there are sitcoms because it's about documenting, because it's about productivity, performing with less resources. Okay. The stories are already being created. Why create a new story when there's already stories and there are people willing to share them? Right. Why create a new one? Okay. So again, you're learning. There's no need to wait until you finish learning because you will never stop learning, because again, digital platform, digital age, you never stop learning. Everything is evolving so fast, and I should go, so you need to pick up on speed. But picking up speed means just learn one day at a time and share as you go, and most people will not do that. So you're already, that speed is already way faster than most human beings, most wholesalers. Okay, because most wholesalers are right now walking around with the going to the courthouse trying to dig up information that's already in the internet because somebody told them they're going to do better. Well, maybe not. What I'm saying is that if you really want to build an empire, you got to think a little bit differently. You got to think time is the most valuable asset in the world. It's a lot more valuable than money itself, and you can't afford to be wasting it on crap. You need to be creating content. When you create content, is a way for you to beat time at its own game, because this content lives on for life, way beyond you. Okay, so content marketing is king. Okay, seems to me creating written content and videos can be time consuming, but again, you're utilizing time the proper way with research and actually doing it. So your research is again something you're already doing. You just have to share it. You're already doing it, so just share it. Okay, turn on the camera and share it. turn on a laptop just like I just did and go live and share it. You could do live videos, you could do live hangouts on YouTube. That's why I do live hangouts, because I don't have to think, I don't have to edit, I don't have to overthink. Sometimes I feel like doing that, but it's not always that I feel like doing that. And if you look at my last past 20, 30 videos, it's basically just live session, me coming on and just talking like that, but I'm still sharing, and those content live on for life forever. People will continue to watch this because I've also learned over time how to optimize them so people can find them when they're searching for certain topics. Okay. So here it says time consuming. This is not time consuming if it continue to bring you money. Okay. Anything that creates living connection, I call them, it's not time consuming. It's the best way you can use time. It's only things that you do that only create result one time or no results. That's basically creating dead connection, basically creating dead money. In other words, it's not residual, it's not passive in nature. But when you create content, that's not time consuming. That's something you need to be doing with your time because it lives on forever. Okay, people can always come to Jose Luis channel and see this video and see quality content and see the authenticity because you're actually sharing as you're learning, as you're going. Okay, that's real. People can feel that. Okay, people can feel that. And it goes, maybe make a video about all of this. Yeah, and I just did. Right. So that helps me out and others, I'm sure. Yeah, it helps others out. So this was the answer I gave him. I said, at first, to be honest with you, Jose, when I read that whole long thing, I was like, oh my God, it's Friday night. But I was like, what the heck? This is the best way to use my time. Right? I'm going to create a new content. It's going to live on. People are going to learn from it. I'm going to attract more opportunities to myself and my network. Okay, you got to think in terms of network now. You can't just think in terms of yourself anymore. You got to think in terms of list and your network, because that's what creates your net worth, right? All right. So I say, can you separate your questions out standalone? But then I was like, let me just answer him. Are you? He said, "Are you suggest?" Right? I said, "I suggest focusing on building a buyers list for the marketplace. But yes, Redx is good for sellers. But I'm saying stop wasting your money on trying to generate seller leads. There's enough people doing it. There's enough deals out on the table. Just visit your local. Become the go-to person for creating buyers. You will make money every single day. You will create cash flow. You will be able to flip deals. You will still be able to create recurring income from offering. You can even offer property management services to people. You can split the cost. You don't have to be the one doing it. You can do joint ventures with people when you have a list. That's only possible when you have a list and you have a network that trusts you as a personal brand. My other question is, sometimes I feel that even though I should learn this first, is to teach. Okay, so that was the question he answered. So I said, you should be teaching as you go. You will never stop learning anyway. When you started out, did you? Okay, that was his question. When I started, did I start slow? No, I said I started very fast and still think it was slow. Full speed, then consolidate with time. All right. So that's basically that. So I'm gonna go right now. I want to read some of the stuff I've been posting here when it comes to old school versus new school, and then we're gonna wrap up for the night. If I've said anything that made sense to you, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. I will really, really love that. That will really be helpful to me if you give me a thumbs up. If I've said anything that makes sense to you tonight, give me a thumbs up on the video. Just click on the thumbs up. It looks like this on YouTube. Okay. All right. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom right here. Okay. By the way, make sure you subscribe to make sure you get notification every time I'm on, every time, and click the bell right next to the to the subscribe button as well too. All right, so I started posting this old school, new school thing. So the first one I posted here said the old school wholesalers basically think they're primarily real estate investors, while the smart wholesaler is fully 100% aware that they are marketers in the digital age. Okay, you are marketers. Remember, you're in the business of people. You're not in the business of real estate. Real estate just happened to be the product right now. That can change if recession shift. Okay. In that sense, you got to start thinking, what do people need the most right now? And then you got to bring that to the table, and then you continue to create income even in the midst of recession. That's how smart wholesalers start thinking right now. Old school wholesalers are basically stuck if there's a tank in the market tomorrow. Okay. Somebody says, and so how is this done? And can you integrate both? Absolutely. So what I will say is go download my book at myempirepro.com. Okay. And you can start from there. And then you can have my contact information. You can also message me on Facebook here as well. I'll guide you if you message me. Okay. Um, and well, this is Jose. Say thank you, Ola. Did I? I think I responded, right? Well, I said inbox me, of course. I haven't seen any mail from this person. I don't remember. All right. The next one I says the old school model is based on what the guru says. Okay. My English is off. What the gurus say and not what they do. Let me edit that. Okay. All right. Let me edit that. Okay. What the gurus say, not what they do. Okay. Pay attention to what the gurus. If a guru is telling you to drive for dollars and then he's driving for dollars, he has a camera following him behind him, a camera covering him as he's driving for dollars. He's not driving for dollars. He's creating content. You got to think ahead of this, guys. You got to think ahead of yourself sometimes. Okay. Just pay attention to what's going on. People that are producing are creating content. Okay. Um, it's based on what the gurus say, not what they say. Okay. Scroll through secure 100 secure connection 100%. Basically our website is now secure. You see the green thing, that's something we put together some few days ago. um, you don't have to overthink that right now. Again, I've been in business for 9 years. I just secure that, so don't worry about that. YouTube is already secure. Start creating content. Bottom line, stay one day at a time. Do one chapter at a day at a time, one segment, learn something new, share it. By default, you start creating a brand. Okay. The optimizing part of it, you need to learn that. Okay. It's easier for you to learn when you go through a program. Okay. So the next one here says, smart, while the gurus, smart wholesalers, and business owners leverage social media, personal branding, and content marketing, the old school model involves knocking on doors and driving for dollars. All right, yeah, and the guy is probably gonna come here later and say, "Yeah, right, I closed a deal for 50 grand last week because I was driving for dollars," and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah," and you're just one out of 1,000 people. I'm trying to teach regular, good old people a simple strategy that's not expensive, and they can build a business like anybody because it's a leveled playing field for everyone. You can build a business just like Mark Zuckerberg today if you simply learn the skills. Okay, so no, you don't have to drive for dollars. That's just wasting resources. Okay. Plus, it's not sustainable anyway. It's not a sustainable model. Okay. All right. So let's scroll down here. Another one here says the new school smart wholesalers understands that this is about building an empire, while the old school wholesaler just want to flip the next deal. Okay. So you got to think again ahead of now. You got to start thinking innovatively if you want to be in the business long run because technology is changing things so fast. Yesterday I posted is the whole school wholesalers are stuck on struggling. Okay, they're stuck on struggling. They're stuck on struggling. I'm still gonna do videos individually for each one of this and go in depth. By the way, again, I'm always thinking of repurposing content and creating. And when I tell stories behind these things, it makes a better sense. And I'm still creating content. So again, I'm literally doing what I'm preaching. Okay, I do what I preach. Okay, so the whole school wholesaler are stuck on struggling to fund their marketing, while the guru and smart wholesalers leverage personal branding on social media to fund perpetual marketing. Perpetual marketing means it never stops. Even if your money stops, your marketing continues on. Okay, when you have an ultimatum, see, I'm diving in, I'm already digressing now on this just one point, right? When you have ultimatum on your money or your time budget for marketing, you're already out the game because this is a game of the survival of the fittest. So anything you can use to leverage so your marketing continues perpetually, even when you're tired, anything you can do to do that, you need to be leveraging it. That's the bottom line. Okay, anything you can do, you need to leverage it. All right. So the next one here says, which is the last one I posted 39 minutes ago now. Okay. The whole school wholesaler is dependent on instant equity. You know, that's 65% ARV. I love it. But the people that attract them the most are people doing what I tell them to do, which is creating content. Basically, just the gurus. No one is doing it. Just a few people are doing it now. Okay. So the earlier you start, the better. Okay. But the gurus that are producing are doing it, right? Everyone is stuck on 65% ARV. They're looking for instant 35% equity plus the repair cost, right? Right. So the old school wholesaler is dependent on that, therefore exposing them to vulnerability of a non-sustainable business model, while the smart wholesaler understands the balance between speed, which success loves, time and patience as part of the formula to real equity and long-term wealth building. There are ways for you to eat off of deals that are not necessarily 35% instant equity. And again, if you're stuck on just the formula that the old school gurus are giving you, then you're just stuck. Okay. But if you want to learn a better way, go ahead and download the book. Go to myempirepro.com and download the book and start from there and start taking action. Okay. Yes, I will have some offers on the back end for you, but they don't break the bank. Unlike the gurus, they will charge you 40 grand to teach you old school stuff that won't work. Some of you are examples of that. Some of you already spent 40 grand, 25 grand on stuff that's not working, right? So basically, we don't have to charge that much because knowledge is everywhere. What I do is I organize it just enough for me to build my network, and you learn, and I'm building my network, and obviously you get to benefit off of that. Okay, but more importantly, make sure you stay subscribed here, subscribe to this channel, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, any contributions, anything you want to say, your thoughts, I want to know what they are. Please share it in the comment below. Jose Luis, hopefully I answered your question. Thank you for continue to be a good student. The other thing I wanted to say is I already said share, like, comment. Make sure you download the book. Okay. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I will see you on the next one. And peace.